Hi. Today is September 3rd, just about to be midnight, September 3rd, and I'm going to read the 24 hours a day for September 23rd AA Thought of the Day. Offer new prospects friendship and fellowship. Tell them that if they want to get well, you will do anything to help. Burn the idea into their consciousness of new prospects that they will get well regardless of anyone else. Job or no job, spouse or no spouse, they cannot stop drinking as long as they place dependence on other people ahead of dependence on God. Let no alcoholic say they cannot recover unless they have their family back. This just isn't so. Their recovery is not dependent upon other people. It is dependent on their own relationship to God. Can I recognize all excuses made by a prospect? Again, this is for an alcoholic sponsor that's worked the 12 steps already, probably has 5 years of sobriety under his belt, and hasn't touched a drop of alcohol since 5 years or so. So, for this person's own spiritual wellness, the sponsor's spiritual wellness, to be of service to himself, to God, country, state, community, and the people in crisis within his own community. Here's a meditation for the day. The spiritual life depends upon the unseen. To live the spiritual life, you must believe in the unseen. Try not to lose the consciousness of God's Spirit in you and in others. As a child in its mother's arms, stay sheltered in the understanding and love of God. God will relieve you of the weight of worry and care, misery and depression, want and woe, faintness and heartache, if you let Him. Lift up your eyes from earth's troubles and view the glory of the unseen God. Each day try to see more good in people, more of the unseen in the seen. Prayer for the day. I pray that I may rest and abide in the presence of the unseen God. I pray that I may leave my burdens in His care. Okay, that's a 24-hour meditation for September 3rd. All right, basically, I get from it, in order to maintain 5 years of sobriety or so, or at least a year of sobriety, and work the 12-step program, you have to have backbone. Just plain and simple, you got to have backbone. All right, that's abstinence from alcohol, intoxicants, and all kinds of vicious habits. All right, live clean. That's free of vicious habits, and sober, free from intoxicants. In the Buddhist tradition, Eastern tradition, they have 5 ideas, 5 rules that every Buddhist should go by that pretty much fits the AA program's way of life. 1, no intoxicants. That means no alcohol. 2, no lying. That means you have to be honest. 3, no killing. That's a vicious habit. 4, no bad sexual practices. That's a vicious habit. And 5, no stealing. That's another vicious habit. So basically, it's live clean, which is free of vicious habits, and sober, which is free of intoxicants. All right. Spiritual wellness through God's grace. That's another idea that I got from the 24 hours. Of course, you need backbone to do all these things that require a lot of strength of character. The strength of character comes through God's grace and your spiritual wellness that you're endowed with from birth as your birthright as a human. There's 2 forms of humanity. One is that you're a little less than an angel, and the other that you're right above a wild animal. If you want to maintain humanity's sake, live appropriately clean within the social structure of our country through its ideas, codified common law. The common law was written by Oliver Wendell Holmes back around the Civil War, right after the Civil War, around 1868 or 1867. He wrote the common law that's an amalgam of Mosaic law, Nordic law, maritime law, the Magna Carta, and all these ideas that were handed down from the European Roman traditions, the Western tradition. Okay, turns out that a lot of these laws are codified. That means that there's statutes, there's subsets, substandards. There's all kinds of standards associated with marriage law, criminal law, business law, and all these things come from what the Westerners gave us in the United States to abide by. Okay, so the Mosaic Law is a heavy hitter when it comes to how to behave. All right, a lot of people that are on paper from the courts go to Alcoholics Anonymous as court ordered because the state believes that the ways of Alcoholics Anonymous is a good way for anyone to abide by to live a good life. Okay, that's why they send them here. All right. All right. So after you have a certain amount of sobriety, roughly around 90 days of sobriety, you should see the results, and you should be more in tune. Instead of rude, crude, and socially unacceptable, you should act like a gentleman. All right, your beta bitch mentality, that combat fight mode of always trying to figure things out and hustle or whatever the case BS that you are into, should be replaced by good sleeping habits, which is theta brainwave, mixed in with a certain amount of awareness, which is the consciousness of problem solving, which is beta. But you have it for a reason. You have it to problem solve. You don't have it to act out in a negative fashion, right? A logical way of going about figuring things out is through the beta brain. All right, the beta is the highest frequency that your brain can attain. So, the frequencies roll like this, and the thetas is when you're sleeping, and they're the lowest frequency brain waves that you have. They're more like that. The alpha brainwave is a mix between theta and beta brainwaves that gives you a relaxed, calm demeanor. All right, that's the one that the alpha brainwave pattern is awareness. It's relaxed sense of self and awareness, and you're calm, cool, and collected in the alpha brainwave. All right. So with these meditations, these spiritual toolkits, and the idea that if you don't abide by them, you're pretty much violating some kind of codified law associated with the Western tradition. All right, may get you in trouble. All right. With that said, well, with that said, I'll close. All right. I didn't touch upon the red pill or blue pill or purple pill or black pill or all that. I'm talking more now about wellness of self. And as far as all these other ideas of how to get laid, that just comes in time. All right. Good luck. Goodbye.